Good evening and thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Jennifer Bellamy. We are following breaking news right now in the city of Atlanta, where just minutes ago, Atlanta police held a news conference about the death of a 39-year-old man, Kenneth Bailey, also known as rapper Young Scooter. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live for us tonight right outside of Atlanta Police Headquarters. Cody, you just stepped out of that briefing from police. A lot going on tonight. What have you learned?
Well, Jennifer, the main thing we want to set straight here, the lieutenant over homicide with Atlanta police saying they did not, in fact, shoot young Scooter. They say there were no shots fired during this ordeal tonight on William Nye Drive. I believe we have a live look at that scene right now. What Atlanta police say did happen this evening is that they were responding to a call from a home there on William Nye Drive involving a disturbance with weapons. As officers got on scene, they got reports that there was a woman involved in this, possibly shots fired, and that she was taken back into the home. However, at this hour, they cannot find that woman. What they did find in the home were two male suspects. One of those males returned from the home after running away. That second suspect never returned, and we're told as he was making his way from that home, he actually jumped two fences. It was during one of those jumps he landed and somehow broke a leg. Some were hearing initial reports it was a femur. Again, we don't know the details of exactly the injuries, but tonight the medical examiner says a cause and manner of death have not been confirmed. But again, this is now confirmed to be Bailey, a based rapper here in Atlanta known as Young Scooter. While there are reports coming in from across the country tonight that Atlanta police shot this rapper, they say that is in fact not true, and the GBI has been requested to that scene that you're looking at, William Nye Drive, to give a third-party investigation. But again, to walk you through, there's a lot of confusion tonight with this story. APD responded to that home involving a weapons dispute. At some point, they got a report shots were fired, and again, a woman might have been taken in the home. When officers got there, they did not find that. They say those two men ran from the home. One returned to that house. The other one, who was Young Scooter, again, jumped two fences, and during that run over those fences, he fell, and what we heard originally was fractured or broke his femur. He was rushed to Grady, where he died there in the ER. So again, a lot to still uncover on this situation, but Atlanta police wanted to make it very clear tonight. They are saying their officers did not fire a weapon, and that Young Scooter died as he was fleeing from that scene on William Nye Drive. Of course, for his family, a heartbreaking situation and a very active investigation going on out there, not only with Atlanta police, but also with the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. They will do an independent investigation and release those findings in the coming weeks or months. But Jennifer, a busy night in Atlanta. And of course, this news hitting the industry, music industry, very hard as news is spreading across the country about Young Scooter's death reportedly on his 39th birthday.
All right, Cody Alcorn reporting for us tonight on
Atlanta. The block is hot. The block is hot. Hot, hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Man. Oh, man. All praises to the Most High, and welcome to my channel. It's your boy PurpleLips back with another controversial topic. Unfortunately, we have another soldier gone. You had your boy Young Scooter reportedly deleted last night, y'all. It's confusion inside this story. You know, they say he jumped a couple fence and he broke a femur or something in that nature, and he bled out on the way or at the hospital. It's the story is a little it's some questions to be answered inside this story for sure. That's not my job. I'm just making a report. It's unfortunate that another soldier, another artist is gone inside Atlanta. They also have another they had a conference afterwards, and the cop kind of he had his story what he wanted to say about it, and I was like a little skeptical about what he said, because it was said that the cops did shoot, but apparently the cops say that they did not shoot. So it's little skeptical. I wonder if they had a body cam or whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and ask my questions afterwards. But I want to see what y'all think about what this guy had to say inside a press conference. This cop right here.
Officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, two males fled out of the rear of the house. One male returned back into the house. The other male jumped two fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
Now, the reason why he cleared that up is because it was reported that,
struggling to understand how something like this.
it was reported that, that the cops had, supposedly had something to do with this. So that's why he had to clear that up or whatever. Now, it is a little skeptical, but like I said, that's not my job, but I do have a little couple questions, and I just want to know, do they have a body cam by any chance to back up their story as the officers in Atlanta? Do they have a cop? Do they have a body cam? And also, if there were shots shot before, did this happen before? The cops came, because they say apparently they came back and said that it was reported that shots were shot before they had arrived, and when they came, he opened the door and closed the door, and one of them fled. So when they fled, he was running with an injury already. So was he already shot before, and he ran with an injury and jumped a couple fence, and then they saw him on the other side? I don't know. There's questions that should be answered. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's not my job. I'm just making a report, man. It's unfortunate. Another soldier gone. This is young Scooter out of Atlanta, and he was known for a couple hits. I personally know him for Jug King. He had his hit Jug King a long time ago. It was a good song. But he had a couple more hits more than that. But he was a local artist, and I'm pretty sure he had motion inside the city. Unfortunately, he's gone today on his birthday in Atlanta. He's you know, unfortunately, he's gone, man. I had to report it, man. Y'all boys, let me know what y'all think about it. Leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.